everyone, and welcome back to The Wave. My name's Trey.
And I'm Danny. We're so excited for this episode.
But before we go any further, let's meet this week's featured artist, Rocky LeRoe and the Elsewhere.
My name is Millie Bugler, and I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, but on stage I go by Rocky LeRoe. I make a lot of different kinds of music. It kind of depends on the day, but typically I'd say I do folk rock music. I really love the 60s and the 70s stuff. Joni Mitchell is one of my favorites. I also really like Greta Van Fleet. Basically, if they wore a lot of cool colors, and at Woodstock in '69, I'd probably take something from them. To be a musician is different than being an artist, and the process is very different because I think I was an artist before I became a musician, purely because I wrote everything down for years. And then I came to a city and a school that is full of people that are trying to make it happen. There's something about it that's worth taking it out of my bedroom and out of my notebooks and handing it to people. I get to do these monthly writers rounds at Cafe Mackay. I started doing like Rocky and Friends, so then like artists out of that, doing the writers round and then doing like a 30-minute set and then having like kind of one of those each month. I love those. And I haven't really decided if being the face of the music I write is the most important thing or if it's just the words being put out. But I kind of take it day by day, and I write a good song when I can, and I write a bad song when I can. And I guess I've learned, especially this year, that it's more important that I love what I'm doing right now, because I'll love something else later.
All right, and we are back with Rocky LeRoe and the Elsewhere. Thank you guys so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. So let's get right into it. Tell me a little bit about the name Rocky LeRoe and the Elsewhere, because that's not your real name, right?
No,
Okay.
It's a stage name. I'm still learning how to wear that. I decided I wanted to do music pretty late, and I'd been playing around with a different guitarist, and we were joking around that my real name is Emily Bugler, and that's just not rock star material. And so I was saying, if we're gonna be in a band, then we need to have different names.
Right.
And so he said he'd go by Mississippi Muhammad Johnson, and I said I'd call him Mr. Sippy, and he said he'd table that idea, and he said I'd be Rocky LeRoe, and I said that's the coolest name ever, I'll keep it. And I have kept it. And then when I started playing with this band, I thought Elsewhere was a cool name because we all go to different, we're all at Belmont, but we're all from different places around the country, and I think it's kind of a cool way to kind of just say we're from everywhere, but together now.
Right.
Yeah.
I like
cool,
that.
So it was just like somebody recommended it and you're like, hey, it sticks.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of cool, and there's nobody like it, and I didn't have to fight or add any zeros or underscores on any social media platform.
That's
so
always a plus.
Sold.
Yeah, that's always the best, though. So you have some very deep and meaningful song titles. Where do you pull like these ideas from?
Sometimes just the lyrics. Sometimes I'll just write off of a title. Like I have a song, Stunning Mountain Cult, which was just a ChatGPT generated title for an album. But I didn't feel like that was a good album title, so I kept it as a song. I don't know, it just kind of comes as it does and sticks if it should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all perform at a lot of places around Nashville. What's that like? What's the scene like in Nashville performing for like indie folk artists?
Yeah, we've been slowly kind of getting out a little bit more. I host writers rounds every month at a local coffee shop, kind of just to let us play consistently.
Right.
And that brings a lot of people to us, which is super cool. Then we don't have to really fight for the attention. But lately, I've been trying to get us out. We played, where have we played? What's the last thing we did?
We played at that High Rise, wherever that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did that. I've been playing at Greenlight Bar by the Gulch because we go to school in Nashville, so it's a little quicker to find gigs.
Right.
But
Do y'all have a favorite venue?
I love our Mackay shows.
I love the Mackay shows. Yeah,
They're
ton
so
of
fun. What's the other thing? Oh, we have a big show coming up at a theater next week.
Yeah.
At the Mockingbird Theater.
April 5th.
Yeah, which is gonna be super cool. The first like lit and produced show, and I'm excited about that one.
Well, I'm sure you guys are gonna rock it.
Thanks.
So you have a very specific aesthetic. Did the music inspire this aesthetic, or did the aesthetic inspire the music?
A little bit of both. I'm still figuring out who Rocky is. I love we love 70s music and 60s music, and I think that translates in the way that we play and in the way that we perform, like Tambourine Man and
Right.
us fooling around singing Stevie Nicks songs before we start. But that kind of I feel like it's good spirited music, and that translates in what I try to represent. So I try to write that way and I try to present that way, because I think that's like the best time of music and the best time of like moral in people, like Woodstock times. So it's they're hand in hand for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Well, I was gonna say it was like very much giving Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac, all of that.
Sick.
So would you guys like to let everyone know where we can find both of you guys on socials?
Go.
You can find me at Billy Bellino on Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, that's about it for me.
You can find him in a practice room.
Probably.
You can find him on my social media, which is Rocky LeRoe Music on everything. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much again for being here.
Thanks for
We can't
having
wait
us.
for your performance, and we will be right back with music news. Jhené Aiko is finally hitting the road for the Magic Hour Tour. The tour was originally scheduled for the summer of 2020, but was unfortunately canceled because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The setback didn't stop her though, and the singer took to Instagram to announce the tour is finally happening 4 years later. She'll be joined on the 27-city tour by Rocky LeRoe, Tink, Umi, and Kiana Lede. The tour kicks off in Detroit on June 19th and concludes on August 22nd in Columbus, Ohio. Will you be joining Jhené and friends in a city near you?
21 Pilots have announced the Clancy World Tour. This tour will support their new album, Clancy, which hits shelves on May 17th. Before the alternative rock duo even announced the tour, arenas all over the country were teasing the announcement by posting images of the duo to their Facebook pages. 21 Pilots will be touring all throughout North America, Europe, and Australia. The tour kicks off on August 15th in Denver, Colorado, and closes on May 14th in London. Tickets go on sale this Friday, April 5th. Will you be seated?
JoJo Siwa has announced a new single, and fans don't know what to think. The former child star has announced her new single, Karma, which seems to venture into a more adult-themed direction. JoJo has been teasing snippets of Karma on her social media platforms, with some lyrics including, "Karma's a bleep and she's with you right now," leaving fans to speculate if the song is about her ex-girlfriend, Avery Cyrus. Nonetheless, JoJo took to Instagram to announce that the music video and single officially drop on April 5th. Will you be coming back like a boomerang on Friday to hear JoJo's new single?
If you're a harmonizer, you must be feeling like a boss right now. Camila Cabello just released a new single titled I Love It. This serves as the lead single from her 4th solo album, which is set to be released sometime this summer. We don't know much about this new album yet, but Cabello has been teasing this project for quite some time now. Another former Fifth Harmony member, Normani, announced her debut album titled Dopamine. While the album has no release date yet, the lead single titled 159 will be released on April 26th. Even though the single doesn't come out for a few more weeks, we're sure that the wait will be worth it.
And that's all for this week's music news.
We'll be right back with Rocky LeRoe and the Elsewhere.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of The Wave. We hope to see you next week.
As always, be sure to check out our Instagram and YouTube every Wednesday for new episodes. To close out this episode,
They go together like Sonny and Cher.
please give it up for Rocky LeRoe and the Elsewhere.
Running full speed into your arms. I've thought about that moment since we've parted ways. Running full speed into your arms. Been unable to catch my breath for so many days. Overlooking the backyard with 2 dead trees, thinking, take me back to my lover, please. In the quiet, I can see you. You're sitting at the dining room table. One glass of wine coffee spilt and crooked